Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make a planter for very cheap, like this one, which optionally can include an automatic irrigation system. Making this video is very time consuming, so I will ask you to give it thumbs up, because this is the only reward I'm getting. Also, if you can comment on it, that will help improve its ranking in YouTube. And finally, you may want to subscribe to my channel. So for this project you will need 8 boards like this, and the dimensions are 8 foot long. The width is from here to here is 6 inches, and the thickness I believe is a ½ inch. Okay, so I got these at the Home Depot. So this board is 8 feet long, so that's 96 inches. And the first thing we want to do is to measure 60 inches. So let's go ahead and make some marks. Make a mark here, 60 inches. And the remaining is 36 inches long, so we are going to divide this by 2 in order to get two 18 inches long boards. Okay, so that means that I make a mark at 78 inches, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side so that I can draw a perpendicular line and make a nice cut. So have a mark here and here. Okay, so we want to do this 4 times, so 4 boards like this, and I'm going to cut this here and here. So take some wood blocks, use a jigsaw, and it's very easy to cut. So very easy. Do the same thing for the 3 other boards that you marked like this. Now you're gonna take the 5th board and divide it into 4 equal parts, so each part will measure 24 inches long. As before, we are going to cut the board. So make sure that they have equal length, because this will be the legs of the planter, so you want it to be level. Next, we are going to cut each of these boards along the length into equal parts. Okay, so divide these lengthwise by 2. This will give us 3 inches wide individual board. Alright, so cut along this. Make sure not to cut your wooden blocks. So start it here and then move it. Alright, so do this for the 3 other boards. Next, you are gonna take 2 of the 60 inches board and 2 of the 18 inches board. And we want to build a rectangle, so we are going to attach this like this, okay? But don't use nails, use screws. I am using 3-inch long screws. If you use nails, they will become loose very fast and your planter will fall apart within a few weeks. So just use screws. Now I checked the width of these boards. They are not ½ inch, they are actually 3/4 of an inch. That is 12/16 of an inch. So we want the screw to arrive in the middle, so we are going to measure 6/16 of an inch. So I marked, I don't know if we can see on the camera, I marked these dots here. They are 6/16 of an inch away from the border, okay? Now if you put a screw directly in this board, it may break because we are very close to the edge. So I suggest drilling holes in here. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. Alright. And now we can safely put screws in these holes, okay? So try to align these as best as you can. Make sure everything is perpendicular and go ahead. Don't tighten right away the screw. Put the other ones so that you can still align if it came out of alignment. Alright, this. Okay, don't over tighten the screws, otherwise they will break the wood. This one is already cracking, but it's okay. It's this, okay? It's okay if it's a little bit wobbly. We just want to build a structure and then we are going to reinforce this, okay? So don't worry, but I mean it's strong, okay? So build a rectangle like this, okay? And I'm going to do this off camera, okay? But you got the idea. So here is the result. And now you are going to build a second one like this. So here is the second rectangle and you are going to stack them like this. Now, don't worry if you try to match one of the corner like this, the others probably won't match. That's normal. It's because the wood is not perfectly straight, but we are going to force them to match in a moment, so don't worry about that. Next, we are going to attach a leg like this. So this is obviously upside down, okay? And we are going to reinforce by adding a second one like this, okay? So, and to do this, I'm going to use 1 inch long screws. So just put as many screws as you think is necessary. I'm going to do this off camera and then I'll show you the result. So here I put one screw here in the middle so that it gets screwed on this board, and one screw here so that it gets screwed on this one. Okay, so now I'm going to add the reinforcement. By adding this one like this, it will really make the thing strong. Okay, so I'm going to do this off camera again and show you the result. So here's the result with the reinforcing board. So again, I put some screws here and here so that it gets attached to these boards, and also on the edges so that it gets attached to this one. Okay, so now this is very strong. Now you can, by mounting the second leg, you can force these to match. Okay, and you can do this for the 4 corners. Okay, so I'm gonna do it and then I'll show you the result. So here is the result, and now you can see that this is very strong. Okay, you can add more screws if you need to, but yeah, it can definitely carry a lot of weight. Okay, so now what we need to do is to add the bottom, and for this you should still have 4 of these 18 inches boards. Okay, and if you did the job well, they should fit inside this thing. So all what we need to do now is to put some wood on the side, and these things are going to rest on it. Okay, so let's see how to do this. So now we're gonna take a new board and measure a length of 58 inches. So I already made the mark, so I'm gonna cut it. And with this part, we are going to cut 2 strips of 1 inch width. Is that correct English? 2 strips of 1 inch. 2 strips with a width of 1 inch. Okay, well, you get the idea, right? Okay, so now cutting this along the length is a little bit tedious, but that's the way it is. So we end up with 2 pieces like this. Alright, so now we are going to take these things that we just cut and we are going to screw them here at the bottom. Okay, so that, and we will do the same thing on the other side so that we will be able to lay some boards to make the bottom. Here is the result, very simple. And now we can lay these boards that we have. We you only need to put them like this. You should have 4 of these, and we are going to have to make 6 more in order to completely fill the bottom. In principle, in the last board that we cut, there is a piece that measures 38 inches that is left. So that means that we can cut 2 18 inches long boards out of it. And then we can use the last board in order to make the 4 additional ones. The last board won't fit, so you need to cut it along the length. So here the width that I have from here to here is 3 1/4 of an inch. Okay. And here is the final thing. Now you may want to drill some holes in the bottom because you don't want water to stay for too long. Even though the wood is treated, it will eventually rot if water stays there for a while. Okay, so just drill a bunch of holes. Now this is purely optional, but I like to include an automatic irrigation system. So it's very simple, as you can see. I guess I don't need to describe how I made this. You can just look at it. So here I have my supply line, and at the other end I put a plug which I can remove, and I can connect this to another planter or whatever in series with it. So it's very functional and very easy to make. And here is the final result. Alright, I hope that you liked this video. Once again, I would appreciate if you can give it thumbs up, write a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.